Kembali, memperkasa pendidikan dan latihan menjadi salah satu fokus bajet 2013 yang dibentangkan Perdana Menteri Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak. Kerajaan turut merangka program antaranya termasuk Graduate Employability Blueprint untuk memastikan golongan graduan yang menganggur dikurangkan. Untuk membincangkan strategi ini dengan kerajaan, kita bersama Pengarah Urusan dan Ketua Pegawai Eksekutif Madipal Education Malaysia, Datuk Iskandar Mizal Mahmud. Hi Datuk, thank you for joining us today. Now first of all, let's talk about these graduates. What makes them unemployable in the first place, and how can this program, the Graduate Employability Task Force, with the allocation of about 200 million, be able to maybe solve this?
We always have to start by realizing and recognizing that this is something wrong. There is absolutely something that is not going right if our graduates, about 180,000 that comes out on a yearly basis, not being able to get jobs. So key things right now, there are three gaps that I see. Number one basically is the practical and relevant industry knowledge. Proactive mind is another thing that we don't have. And also communication skills. I've been an industry practitioner for a long time, and whenever I want to get people coming in working, I will look at all those three things. What we have right now are students who are with adequate education that knows how to go about doing things that they were taught based on textbook, but it needs to be off the bench. You need to go and get practical training, relevant industry training, and having that proactive as well as positive mind towards jobs. So that are the key things that we need to actually address at this point of time. There are gaps.
You mentioned quite an interesting thing just now, which is the industry related knowledge. Can't we just get people from the industry to participate more in the university learning or education environment, so that the students will actually know if they were engineers or if they study accountings, they will actually know what is being practiced in the market right now, rather than learn from books and wait until they graduate and then be surprised.
That's absolutely the thing that we need. I graduated in 80s, long time ago. I remember my professors during those days. They are practicing for law. They are practicing lawyers for tax. They are practicing accountants. So why can't we have that? We always talk about this industry linkages. You see, in Malaysia or anywhere else around the world, university cannot, I repeat, cannot live in isolation. They cannot exist in isolation. They must be industry related. So that is what we need to do. Industry linkages. How do we do industry linkages? It's very simple. Industry will always want to have collaborations with academia. We can always do it from the form of internship training, in the form of curriculum, them providing us with the curriculum and syllabus as well, and at the same time as well, graduate employment program. They can always come to the universities to teach, and I know for a fact that they want to do that. Just recently, our university, Manipal International University, signed up a collaboration with one of Asia's largest biotechnology company, which is Biocon, to do exactly that, because we need to have this relevant as well as practical knowledge embedded into the students during their university days, and not just wait until they go out and, oh, what do I do? So we need to embed it early inside the university itself. And we've been talking about this industry linkage for the longest time, but why is it still not happening?
But is it easier for private institutions to do that instead of public institutions? Because I think it's a holistic. There should be a holistic approach to it instead of just private public kind of thing.
Well, private sectors, whether it's private universities or public universities, it's an open game really. Private industry or industries will always want to, like I said earlier on, they will always want to link themselves with the university, because that's where, look at San Francisco, look at Boston, where innovation actually comes out, most of the companies, if not all, will always have some sort of a linkage or linkages with the universities. So here in Malaysia as well, private industries will always, as I said, I was a practitioner before this, we always will want to have that academia relationship, but somehow or rather it stops short of getting that quality education or being a holistic approach. It is merely about, oh, I've signed up an MOU with one private company, I've signed up with this MNC, and it stops there. The implementation of it do not come through. So this is where we need to start. The implementation of it is very important.
Okay, coming back to the Graduate Employability Task Force with an allocation of about 200 million ringgit, what do you think should be included in this? Should this be a long-term solution, or should this be a short-term solution?
It should not be a long-term solution. And I think the government realizes this. This is a good thing. It's a very good start to have this Graduate Employability Blueprint, and it's going to be released end of this year. Earlier we had the Malaysian Education Blueprint 2013 to 2025. That was a good piece of work because it looks at it from a holistic standpoint. Preschool, inculcating positive thinking in mind and all those kind of things. So what we need to be able to embed into this new Graduate Employability Blueprint is to have all those linkages and making sure all those linkages happen. Again, key thing, at the end of the day, the university's role is not just about giving good transcript to students. It's about whether they're going to be able to get the good quality job that they choose and they're good at, and at the end of the day, how they serve the community.
So we have 1 minute left. Let's talk about the role of universities, public or private universities these days. Instead of just churning out graduates, how do you make sure that the graduates are quality and employer ready in that sense, so that you don't have to have this patch, as you mentioned just now, in the middle from the university to this workplace? So how do you just close the gap?
Closing the gap will be very easy. It's as simple as take Manipal International University for example. We're a new university, but right off the bat what we do is that we have signed up with big companies. More companies will be coming in as industry partner to us, and they will then be giving us the syllabus. They will be teaching at our university, internship, as well as graduate employment program. Okay, this is how it works.
Before we end, maybe I can just ask this one question: is it easier to be a new university to do that? What about all and established universities? Can they actually move forward and do that? Because they've got traditions and they've got ways of teaching, and they've got years of experience maybe with how they teach the students. Is it harder?
It's easier for us because we're a new university, but we must always remember, things are dynamic. Life is dynamic. So it doesn't matter whether you have this tradition. That tradition may not necessarily be fitted or be right for the time and in future. So you need to change the mindset. Everything starts with one. So it needs to start with the university themselves.
Okay, thank you very much, Datuk Iskandar Mirza Mahmud, bincangkan tentang graduan dan juga employability. Dan kita akan berehat sekali lagi kembali selepas ini.